This is a moment that I'm going to be honest. I'm a little nervous for this because Lance Bass, thank you for coming by to hang out.
Of course, it's good to be here, as always.
Well, so where do we start? Let's get the elephant out of the room. The question you probably haven't been asked yet in this form.
Yeah.
Are the guys going to get back together for Trolls 4?
Trolls 4, the origin story of Kismet. No, I have no idea. But DreamWorks, if you're listening, yeah, I think Trolls 4, with all of us this time, would be amazing.
Well, yeah, that's what I was assuming when I saw the movie in full review. I thought I was going to see it, and then I was like, where are they? Where are they? And then there we are.
I know, my agent didn't give me an audition for Troye Sivan's part. Come on. Where was I?
Well, let's talk about that moment you guys all got together. Obviously, Justin, group text, as you guys have talked about. You're always on that group text. But I want to talk about your mom sitting in that studio. She looked like she had the biggest smile, bigger than all of you combined, watching you guys do what you love.
Yeah, I mean, that was a full circle moment for her. You know, she started with us when we were very, very young. Her and Justin's mom, Lynn, moved to Germany with us, and so they were our chaperones, our managers. They're the ones who washed our clothes after every show. So you know, to see this many years later still going, you know, it made my mom very happy.
And getting back in the studio for Better Place 2, after you finished that final note, did it feel like you guys never left the studio before?
It is. It's crazy how it felt like it was just yesterday. We're all kind of the same in the studio. We revert to being 16 years old. A lot of fart jokes and a lot of, you know, dad jokes now. But it just felt great. It felt right.
Right. Now with Trolls Band Together, obviously with the strike, and you guys had to pivot and figure out a creative way to announce it. Yeah. What was the original plan?
There wasn't even an official original plan because the strike happened so early, right after we recorded it. But you know, we were hoping to be able to perform the song. I mean, that would have been incredible, and we had lots of opportunities to do that on some really great shows. But unfortunately, we were, you know, we were picketing at that time. And you know, I don't know what would have happened if we were able to even mention the name of the song. But I don't know. I guess it kept people more interested, I think. So maybe it was there's some silver lining in the strike.
Well, if Taylor couldn't get it out of you, I mean, and
I'll call you.
We're friends with Little World Project too. So I mean, ever since you handed those over, they've been.
What a great company, and I didn't even realize what that would do for a company like that because I was just thinking, oh, like last minute, I'm going to give Taylor a friendship bracelet. And I knew those girls over there, so they spent all night making those bracelets and it was a beautiful thing the next day that people really went over to Little Words Project because it's such a great company because there's such meaning behind it all.
Of course. And all right, so we know that you get asked about the reunion, what your hopes and dreams, and we know where everyone stands. Yeah. I want to know though, if Lance Bass was in charge, how would you play out a possible get together again of a one night only, a tour, world tour?
Look, I think, you know, the fans definitely deserve.
I'm still waiting for you to come back from hiatus. I
mean, me too. Me too. You know, I always said, you know, the fans deserve, you know, a last hurrah. And right. So if it's, you know, another tour, another album, I think that's the direction I would go. I'm definitely new music, and I would love to do just one last world tour. It would just be so fun. Just go all around the world, say goodbye to everyone, and boom.
I'll give you my pitch. Las Vegas, the Sphere.
Oh my God, I would die to do the Sphere. It would be incredible. Yeah.
Even a one night only.
Well, if it's a Sphere, we're gonna.
Or a week only. Yeah. A month only.
A month only would be great. No, that is such an incredible venue. I think we're the perfect type of group to develop an incredible show there because we're all about the visuals.
The marionettes alone.
Oh my God, that would be intense. But yeah, that would be a dream for sure.
All right, let's talk your podcast too, Frosted Tips. You know, you're getting to pull back the curtain behind something of boy bands past and today and in the future. What have you learned? Is there something that you've seen talking to these groups that you go, I wish that was around? Because we know you wish social media wasn't around when you guys started, obviously. Oh, yeah. But is there something you see these kids like One Direction that you wish you guys had when you first started?
Well, I mean, it's the social media thing. Like, I'm glad we didn't have it for many reasons, but I kind of wish we did have it because it was so much easier to get your music out to everyone. Right. You know, back in my day, we would have to go.
Isn't it weird saying that?
I was like, back in my day. we'd have to go to every single radio station around the world in order for people to know that we had a song out, and it would take you months. Now, you just wake up, you're like, oh, I have a song out today, boop, and you don't have to go anywhere, and the whole world gets it immediately. So I am a little jealous that those groups got to maybe sleep a little more than we did, but also not having social media, I think we would have gotten canceled very quickly.
And plus, their moms aren't doing their laundry.
Yeah, no.
All right, let's talk the other another hat that you wear. Your producing side of films. I love the documentary you did about Lou Pearlman. I thought it was super interesting. I want to talk about the road trip movie. Where are we at with that?
Good question. It's been in development hell because of COVID, so we've gone through a few writers, but it's still being written right now. But I have a couple more projects before that. So I have this
You
one.
and Danielle?
We do have that one. That's another one that we're still in the process of writing.
About your prom and
Our
then
prom night with Danielle Fishel, which was it was an interesting night, but a tale that many boys out there can relate to. But the one that I'm really hyper focused on is I have a Hulu show that's going to be incredible about the life of Lou Pearlman, and wait till you see who stars in it because it's perfect.
Danny DeVito.
God, you caught it! Damn it! And then the other one I'm doing with this director, Colton Trent, who is just incredible horror director, and I love horror, it's my favorite, but it'll...
You like to scare your husband, too.
Yeah, but it's the first horror that the serial killer is an actual cartoon, so it kind of mixes that kind of Who Framed Roger Rabbit into the real world, but a serial killer.
All right, and let's talk about St. Jude, working with St. Jude. It's something near and dear to all our hearts. I think it's one of those things that people hear, but until they get to experience being on campus or having a child or family member that has benefited from working with St. Jude, it changes your life. I mean, how are you involved?
Yeah, I mean, I've been supporting them for, oh my God, decades now. I can't believe I can say decades. Good
Another weird thing this
I know, like what? I'm not that old. But it is, like you said, until you really go to the facilities and see what they do there, it just changes you. I mean, your heart is just so full when you see what these doctors are doing, and you see all of these families and what they're going through. And the great thing about St. Jude is they never see a bill. I mean, it's like, because these things, you're already going through such a hard time with your kid, and then so many people on top of that go bankrupt over it. It's just, it's so sad, our healthcare system here in this country. But thanks to people like St. Jude, so many families, you don't have to worry about that.
It's pretty amazing. Now, before we go, you've done it. I'm not going to ask you to dance. I'm going to ask you to judge me dancing.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. This has been a moment since back in no strings attached. All right. I got made fun of for listening to NSYNC because I went to an all boys school, and NSYNC gave me my swag. I bought leather pants. I asked for leather pants for Christmas. It's the only time I had leather pants, Lance. But so I've been working on Bye 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 for years. So this is my moment. I will give you.
Yeah, let me. Yeah.
I have the music. All right. We'll let it go. I love the lyrics, but here we go. All right. So we go right, left, right. So.
Beyonce.
And not 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
You got a pose, boy band pose.
Come on, full review.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a solid 8 on that one.
Ah, yes, I'll take it. I was a B student my whole life, so you know what? I'm used to that.
The passion you had really sold it. Yeah.
Again, a little bit nervous, but I don't know how you did it every night for all those years, and then in the future too. But Lance Best, thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
I appreciate it.